Guys, welcome back. I'm in a place called Deba. It's about 45 minutes from Saint Sebastian. I went straight through Bilbao. The ferry was coming in about £600. So my efforts this week are going to be surrounding answering the question, is it cheaper to take the ferry or is it cheaper to drive from here back? Obviously there will be a ferry at Calais or whatever point in France that I decide to get the ferry from, but that is the question I'm going to answer this week. I'm going to be calculating costs and trying to work this one out. So stay tuned, strap yourself in, get yourself a cup of tea, because here we go. So we are close to Bayonne, which is just outside of Saint Sebastian. We're right near to the French border. I've just pulled over here to try and speak to a mechanic, but he's basically told me that the issue that I've got with the gearbox is not something that's going to be simply sorted. So for now I'm going to have to drive holding the gear in fourth, because it seems to be jumping out of fourth into neutral. So he said it's something internal in the gearbox, which I'm not getting into right now. So hopefully it's going to be all right to drive as I go up through France. So here's what it is. So with regards to the costs so far, I'm trying to keep a tally on costs and comparison as to how it sits with the ferry or driving through France. So I've put in 2 lots of 25 on the fuel. I started with half a tank, so it'll be always returning back to half a tank. So yeah, so far €50 in, and we've got full tank, and we are near to Saint Sebastian, heading into France. Just heading for a quick swim. I'm driving up slowly through France now. I've not decided exactly where I'm gonna get the ferry from in the north. We'll see as we go. Yeah, it's been all right. I've got a few issues with the van, which is on my mind a bit, so trying to stay positive with that respect. Got me just checking out this beautiful forestry area. Yeah, we're going to jump in the sea. Very windy. Let's see if the temperature is dropping. Here we go. Here we go. Boy, there's quite a current.
As I covered more mileage, the issue with fourth gear got continually worse. I stopped off for lunch here at this beautiful little village. Stopped again once more to top up the diesel.
Try and get this name right. We're in Pornic or Pornic today. Made serious ground yesterday. I covered 415 kilometers yesterday. It was knackering, but it means that I'm basically nonce, N-A-N-T-E-S, non, I don't know how you say it, nonce. My French is just not happening. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. N-A-N-T-E-S. There's going to be a little clip showing you what I'm talking about. Yeah, man. Cracking on.
I ended up staying here in Pornic for a couple of days. This little town had quite a buzz about it during the day. Found a nice bakery which I visited frequently.
So we're going to be heading on from Pornic today, heading up to Rennes and then over to Caen. Final costs can be kind of compared more or less soon, because it just depends on how much fuel I get from here to the coast of Caen. Answer the final question. Yeah, it's been alright. Sun's out today, can't complain with that. The van is not running well, is the truth. She's not starting. Gearbox has gone fourth gear now. He's just not holding at all. I have to literally hold it in fourth to keep it going. The brakes are squeaking. What else? The fuel tank is leaking. So many repairs need to be done. So I'm hoping now, to be honest, I can just get back. So let's see.
So one final push from Pornic up to the northern coast. I tried my best to avoid any main roads where possible.
It's completely gone now. It's getting worse and worse. I'm having to literally like hold it really strongly in gear. We've got 130 k's to go, so fingers crossed we're gonna get there without any more issues coming up.
And then disaster struck.
Can't move. 85 kilometers from the port. So right, this guy's a legend. Shukran bzaf. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you,
merci beaucoup. Ali from Iran has helped me a lot here. We think we've fixed the problem. I don't think it's the gearbox, but we've got the assistance on the way.
Okay.
Lahavdik.
Merci. Thank you very much.
Underneath the van, got oil on my face. So these bolts have come out. I've managed to get one in. A couple of them are missing. Yeah, basically that's the problem. So we're in a place called Flers. We got recovered here last night about 10 o'clock. So that was not, of course, ideal. There's some good news there though as well, is that I managed to cancel the ferry. You can cancel apparently 24 hours after booking. So I managed to cancel it probably 23 hours after booking. Just so it happened that I just went on there and I thought, I'll try and cancel it. Managed to cancel it, so at least I get the money back for that, which is, well, it's amazing really, because it's 280 quid or whatever it was. So that's one bit of good news. They've just come over to me, funnily enough, and said that at 1:30 they're going to put the van on the bridge and have a look at, you know, the damage and see what they can do. Another bit of good news is that I've been banging on about the gearbox, but if my suspicions are correct, it's the drive shaft that's the issue, and that was what was causing the gear, fourth gear, to not be staying in. So fingers crossed, drive shaft issues versus gearbox issues is very much a different kettle of fish. The question is the extent of the damage. Is it just a case of rebolting back the drive shaft together, which I don't think it is a case of, because I noticed at least one of the bolts was sheared and actually bent. So does it still align? Does it line up? Yeah, that's the question. The recovery guy last night said no, it's not a simple fix. Obviously it means getting new parts and whatever else, so at this stage we can't see, but 1:30 we'll know more. ramp. So far, I'm not sure, but it seems like it's just the bolts that have just come out. 6 bolts. So if it's just a case of the bolts, I got a feeling it's ain't more. To be honest.
I managed to pick up 6 new bolts from a VW specialist nearby.
So the CV joint is damaged, amongst some other things we think. Can't get the actual wheel off either without going into all of that. So what we're thinking is just to put the CV joint, put it all back together with only 4 bolts, because 2 of the bolt heads are stuck inside, sheared off. So on the road, gonna head now to Caen. I mean, it ain't fixed properly. One of the bolts is not there, so gonna have to sort that out when I get to UK, I think. And then on top of that, the CV joint needs to be replaced. So yeah, there's some work to be done. We made it to Caen. What can I say? Pretty crazy journey back to this place. Wow. Good news is we're here. The bad news is the work we've just done is going to have to be all redone because the CV joint is damaged and one of the bolts we can get out, so it's all going to have to be redone, which is what it is. I just find it quite amazing that this has happened to me again. Like, I don't know if you guys remember the video that I did last time I came back. This was 2 years ago, and my wheel bearing went in Bilbao. Just as I pulled into Bilbao, the wheel bearing went. I've just done 1,800 kilometers all the way through Portugal, all the way, probably more like 2K. And I get 60 odd kilometers from the destination, which would take me over to UK. And I get this issue come up. And by the way, the gearbox issue I think is still there. So, you know, that's going to be another one to be investigated.
So with that, we got the ferry booked and we're headed back to Portsmouth. A final saving of around £61 would have been a lot more if it weren't for the breakdown.
So after a lot of drama the last few days, we made it onto the ferry. A big thank you, of course, for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that. Repairs to be done in the coming weeks, so stay tuned for the next videos coming.
So after 11 months on the road, we find ourselves back in the UK with time to decide on the next steps. There was still time for one last bit of drama though, as I'd left my fan on, flattening the battery completely. Fortunately, the guys on the boat were able to help me jump start it and get her off.